Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Do you remember one of the bigger failures you had, or something that, the end of the story is, which we're going to hear, is it ended up being a big success. But did you have any failures along the way that you could share with us tonight?
Yeah. A doctor once told me that you don't ever want to go to a surgeon that can't tell you about any of his mistakes, because that's how you can tell it's a good one. I mean, I've failed a lot. The first one that pops into mind is, this is a minor one. When we expanded into the second level of this building, we were interviewing to hire people, so we set up a desk, and we thought it looked really nice. A desk, an African violet, a little Post-it note pad, and it was going to
totally hired me.
It was going to be great. And so someone came in for an interview, and they said, "Bill, they're upstairs if you want to go talk to them." So I go upstairs, and that person isn't there. So I'm looking around, and this was someone we were really excited about hiring. And it was a woman, and I look on the note, on the Post-it note, she wrote a note, "I don't think this is the workplace for me." And I looked around, and it did look really weird when you looked at it. It was this empty room with just a desk and a plant. And so I called the person who brought her in, who had been in touch with her. I said, "Could you call her and just ask her if she wants to come back in and kind of what happened?" And he called her and he said, "She thinks we're making pornography here, so she doesn't want to work for us." Well, that was a failure.
Which you weren't.
Yeah, no, we were not. No, definitely not. So. But there are lots of there are big failures. Getting the servers to work, and the power goes out, and the roof leaks, and things that you can't predict. And when you're running basically a web hosting operation out of a residential complex, which is not exactly legal, you can't call the landlord and say, "Hey, the roof is leaking, and I have all these servers, and we're going to set the building on fire." So you have to fix the roof yourself. And so there's lots of things like that, big and small, that went right and wrong. And I think the biggest one was in 2000, when we were set to sell the company. And I had literally it was going to be a great sale for us, because this was 2000, things were going great. And I had used the oncoming proceeds from the sale and bought everyone in the company a BMW. I thought, this is going to be a great surprise. The trucks are pulling up to the building.
Before it closes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right before the close. And now this is if I remember right, this is March 6th of 2000, which is the day the market fell apart and went into total meltdown. And then the company that was going to buy my company called to say, that sale, that's not going to happen.
Wow.
So you're on your own. So I had to send the trucks away, and everyone is in the windows going what are all those cars?
Had they heard about it? They knew about it.
Well, they figured when all these BMWs showed up, something good was about to happen. So I not only had to tell them...
It could have been a flash mob or something.
It was I ruined the day in a way. I had to tell them, not only are we not selling the company,
someone gets a car,
but you were going to get a BMW, which you can see in the parking lot, but now you can't have it. So that was a tough day, because we had to really, it's funny now, but we had to look inside and say, do we have what it takes to double down and keep at this for another few years?
Wow.
Or is it time to call it quits? Which we didn't.